And now, like us, right? Like this
here.
lady. The moment we've all been waiting for. We'd like to introduce the one and only Reverend Dr. Ken Wilcox.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you, everyone. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living. We are an amazing and special spiritual community. We are a place where you can come and we don't have any dogma we force on you. We accept you exactly as you are and encourage you to come to a God of your understanding, one that empowers the best of your life. And what's the best of your life? Well, that's for more love and more joy, more happiness, more friendship, more prosperity, all those things in life that make you feel alive. Because that's what you're doing here in life. You're here in life recognizing Spirit through your love, joy, and laughter. So know you're in a great place this morning, and Spirit is going to reward you and recognize you abundantly. Well, I have lots of announcements today. So to get us going, we have the lovely Lucy to share some information with us.
Yesterday, history was made. The choir of light was born. Many of you are here in this room right now. If you were not there yesterday, this is an open choir. We have our first practice today after the service at 11:15, so you'll be fine if you just joined today. And if today you're feeling the itch and you don't feel good, you feel like joining next month, you can. We're open and we're rolling. And if you travel and you're going to be gone for a period of time, you can still join. We have enough people, beautiful beings, to support you if you travel and if you're not here. So come, join us. We love you and can't wait.
Thank you, Lucy. Thank you, Sam. It was an amazing day. They had almost 30 people here, and within an hour's time, Lucy just had them singing like, I don't know, the celestial chorus. So be sure to come and join. It'll lift you up and inspire and encourage. Now we have some volunteer opportunities. We need some extra greeters, people who will help greet people as they come through. If this is something that would interest you, please see me, and there's a sign up outside. Coming up on the 7th of November, we have our anniversary dinner. This center has been here for 40 years. 40 years. And we're celebrating that on the 7th with a dinner and special music. The special music will be the debut of our new choir. So just mark that day on your calendar. Next Sunday at 11:30, we're going to have our newcomers class. If you're just coming to our community and like to know more about us, if you've been coming for a while and would like to become a member, this is the class for you. It's at 11:30, and you just have to show up, and we will we'll have that class. The Art of Living, they're going to have a retreat, the teaching breath work. And so if you'd like to know more about that, you can, there's a flyer outside for that event. We need volunteers for our Mystic Fair to work for the day of the Mystic Fair. And we have a really fun event that's going to be coming up. It'll be the week of Christmas. We go caroling at one of the nursing homes, and we hand out Christmas gifts. So just mark that as something on your calendar. That's a really fun thing to do. Now, we have a board meeting today. Can I have all the board members stand up so people can recognize all you beautiful guys? They do a lot of great and powerful work. We do have some issues coming up. One of the things that we're considering is a children's program because we're getting more children in, and we've thought about restarting that. So for those of you clapping, if you'd like to volunteer for that, because we would need volunteers for it. If you are willing to volunteer, I'll work one weekend a month for a children's program. There's a sign up outside. We also have a program coming up where we're going to take donated purses If you have purses, and Pat Conover is doing that for us. If you have some nice purses that you're kind of tired of, but they were really, really great purses, bring them in for us, and we're going to resell them, and it'll be a way of supporting our community. Finally, they've asked me to just remind you, we collect food every week for the food bank. Just please make sure you don't bring anything perishable in, because the food bank won't accept those items. All right, those are all my announcements. So to get the service going, Sam and Lucy, y'all take it away.
Look how far we've come. Look at what we've done. Together we are strong and we will carry on. Well, tell me what you see, the truth of you and me. We can look into our hearts and see the love we bring. Love is all we are. Well, let's get together. Well, let's be together. We can reach the stars when we come together. Well, let's be together. Well, this love for one another, I feel it getting stronger, and we don't have to feel divided any longer. But even if I just met you today, I feel our connection in a deeper way. Love is all we are. Well, let's get together. Well, let's be together. We can reach the stars when we come together. Well, let's be together. Well, it's so fun to wake to this new awareness, and we can play in our connectedness, and we'll see what we all have in common. Ooh. And it's so fun to realize our dreams and desires are so much more alike than we ever knew. The path we walked before, it brought us to this open door. And all I know is this new world's full of possibility. And life is so much more fun than we ever realized it could be. Love is all we are. Well, let's get together. Well, let's be together. We can reach the stars when we come together. Well, let's be together.
That's y'all's part. Ready?
Love is all we are. Well, let's get together. Well, let's be together. We can reach the stars when we come together. Well, let's be together.
Let's be together.
Oh, love is all we are. Well, let's get together. Well, let's be together. We can reach the stars when we come together. Let's be together. Be together.
Thank you, guys. And now to get our service going, we're going to have a reading and treatment for our wonderful Jim Saul. Come on up, Jim.
Good morning. One quick announcement before we start. We have a lot of new people that are coming in, which is really awesome. But this announcement is kind of for them. There's a gold box right over there, and that's for prayer requests. There's some paper and a pen. Just write your name and who the prayer is for and what it is that you want for the prayer request, and please write legibly. The difference between pregnancy and prosperity is just a little bit. So really, Sometimes I just have to guess. But if you put a prayer in there, I'll take it home and I'll do prayer work through the week. And even science says prayer actually does affect the physical world. And they're really skeptical, they want proof. And they actually tried to prove that it didn't work, and in so doing, they proved it did work. So I wrote this week. I've entitled it Creating Happiness. Being happy isn't about life giving you lots of desirable things. It's about loving the things life gives to you. It doesn't really matter if life gives you cancer or an ice cream sundae. Love what comes to you, and you will find the good and happiness within it, even in a cancer treatment. If you believe that your happiness comes from outside of you, you are mistaken. You will likely suffer from that belief because half your life will likely be challenging, not enough of this, too much of that, always not exactly right, and you cannot change the entire world to be to your liking. So, where can you find this beauty within all of life's events? I would say that beauty is found within and not from outside of you. Everything depends upon your mental dialogue, the dialogue in your head, which Eckhart Tolle says can be the tormentor in your head. It can also be beneficial, but it can also be the tormentor in your head. So be conscious of what you think. If, when an unpleasant thing occurs, your first thoughts are, what beauty can I find in this event? Then you will find them. If, on the other hand, your first thoughts are, oh no, this is horrible, then you will find the horrible. This is how we co-create our experience. Me and the divine intelligence that runs this universe, we create beauty even among the undesirable things of life, like bladder cancer or something. Because this is what I have taught myself to do, to immediately look for the good within all things. One of my teachers taught when something undesirable comes, she would stomp her foot and say, I demand to see the good in this. I demand to see the good in this. And of course, she would. She'd look for it and find it. And I have proven to myself that this changing your mental dialogue to a positive expectation really does work most of the time. So, I am rooting for you. I am rooting for you to find happiness. Happiness with whatever you're experiencing already, no matter what the challenge may be. I'm rooting for you to find the happiness within it. And so it is. In prayer, take a deep breath. Let all the energy kind of relax. And know with me that there is one divine intelligence. And that divine intelligence is right here with us at this very moment. It's everywhere, so you can't escape it. So this divine intelligence is here to help us. It's a good in the universe that we can use. So let's use it. Let's use this divine intelligence. Let's ask for the good, expect it, and see it manifesting in our lives, not just for us, but for everybody. I know this divine intelligence intimately. It is loving, beyond comprehension, it's loving. It's compassionate. It does not judge. It only loves me and tries to help me. And so I'm going to use that divine intelligence in my life to make life better for people around me. Because that's the good thing to do. So I give thanks for this center, for it has so often really helped me. I give thanks for each person, for the smile that they give me when they walk in the door, for encouraging comments. The Buddha said, you cannot do it alone. You need a spiritual community to learn from and to help teach, to be there for someone and have someone be there when you need it. This is a spiritual community. It will help you to see the divine in your life right now. So I give thanks for it all. And I can release this prayer to be so that you experience it this week, this month, the rest of your life. Experience it. I can release it simply and easily by saying, and so it is. Thank you.
Being low, a vast, empty, hollow cold. Nothing really here at all to make it worth staying. But God knows I've given everything I had to try to fit the part they said I should be playing. But I saw great places that I could have gone, all the ways I could have taken on the things they promised. Wondering, is it worth it to keep it on? The outfit I've worn so long, it's sure not working. Burning skin, the wave of anger comes again. What's the point of anything? I should be something. But all along, I felt something subtle going wrong, knowing there was more to it all than staying in a fog. And now I'm here, it feels like I got so far along, with nothing to show for who I am or what I've done.
being low, something everybody knows. Nothing really here at all to make it worth staying. But in the dark, it's easier to see the spark of the light that's been here all along. So I keep looking.
Thanks, guys. That was lovely. So my talk this morning is Living the Red Letters. Now, most of us who are familiar with the Bible know that in most editions, the quotes attributed directly to Christ are generally printed in red. And throughout history, scholars and spiritual leaders have told us that if we were just focused on those sayings alone, we could live a better life. Thomas Jefferson, he tried this. He took several Bibles from different languages and he cut out the red letters and he pasted them into a new book, and it's called the Jefferson Bible. He did this quietly. He didn't tell anyone about it. He never told anyone about it, and it was only discovered after his death. And in fact, when you go and tour his home, Monticello in Virginia, they don't even mention it. It's still kept down on the down low. Jefferson wasn't alone in realizing the power of the teachings of Christ. Ernest Holmes, he said if we just focus on the red letters, we would be fine. And biblical scholars, they have long realized that the quotes that are attributed to Jesus seem to be consistent through the four Gospels. And that's kind of unusual because nothing else is consistent through the four Gospels. These led many early Christians to believe that early Christians collected the sayings first, and then they added the stories later on. Things like the virgin birth, or the birth happened in Bethlehem, or that he was called the Prince of Peace. The idea itself of a virgin birth, that had been something that had been around in ancient teachings for a lot. The Egyptian god Horus and the Roman god Dionysus, they all supposedly came from a virgin birth. The idea that he had to be born in Bethlehem, that percolated because there was an Old Testament prophet, Micah, who said the Messiah would be born in Bethlehem. And the title of Prince of Peace, that was originally attributed to the first Roman emperor, Augustus, who actually created an era of peace in the ancient world. So why did these stories get added to this ministry? Why did they get added to Jesus? Well, I think it's much like we see happening with our rock stars today. You know, if you're going to really be a rock star, if you're going to go down in history, you've got to have certain attributes. You've got to do a lot of drugs. You've got to do a lot of sex. You've got to trash some hotel rooms. And you've got to die before you're 30 years old and your own sick, your own vomit. You know, you got to do all of that, and then you become a legend. Well, I think that's what happened to Christ. I think they felt like they had to add all these additional stories to empower his message. But the truth is, his words alone are powerful and miraculous. Love yourself. Love your enemies as you love yourself. If someone strikes you on one cheek, offer them the other. These ideas were so radical for the time, and they're still radical for our time, that they broke through the confusion and turmoil of his era. So what if we were to allow these words to speak to our time, not as commandments, but as invitations, as possibilities to a greater life? Christ did not speak to impose dogma. He spoke to awaken consciousness. He said, the kingdom of heaven is within us, within us. He didn't say it's some far off place. He didn't say you have to die to get there. He didn't say it's hidden in a temple. He says it's hidden within us now, right here, right now, not when we become all holy and saintly, right as we are, right where we are, with all the little nooks and crannies of our personality. Ernest Holmes, the founder of our teaching, he said, heaven is not a locality, it's a state of consciousness. It's a state of mind. And we've all had states of consciousness where we've been in heaven. When we see parents having such joy in their children. When my niece and her husband, they had their little guy, and he was a little toddler, and he would first taking his steps. They would watch him in awe of him taking those steps. That was heaven. Now, we've also had places of hell, of true hell. I remember an experience I had where over the holiday season, I had to go in and get a root canal. Not even the first root canal, a root canal. And while I was in this specialist that was costing way more money than I had ever hoped to have to pay, they were piping in Christmas music. And while they had a piece of machinery in my mouth that's very much like the ones you see on the highways tearing up the asphalt, I was having to listen. Grandma got ran over by a reindeer. That was the seventh circle of hell. I'm convinced of it. We've all had those experiences, and we can all free ourselves. We don't strive to go to heaven, we awaken to it. And a child's laughter, the silence before the dawn, the kindness of a stranger. This kingdom isn't postponed, it's ever present. And the more we notice, the more our ability to see it expands. It's always been there. We just have to open our eyes to it. This past week, I was driving home after a long day working here, and I've been listening to a really interesting book from the famous medium, John Edwards. Many of you may know him. And he's over through his career, he's worked with the FBI to solve a lot of murder cases. And so this book is about that. And I think it's really fascinating. And one of the quotes he says is that if you ask for a sign, you'll receive it. But you have to say, I want a sign from Spirit. And so when he said that, I just spoke out. I want a sign. I want a sign from Spirit. And I happened to turn the curve of Old Moultrie, and when I did, there before me was one of the biggest, hugest, brightest rainbows I had ever seen. It went from horizon to horizon. That's the very rainbow. Sometimes Spirit answers us quickly. Sometimes we have to be patient. We have to look for it. But an answer will always come. If we can turn away from our fears and our doubts, if we can stop trying to talk ourselves out of it, this is how we step into our power. From stepping away from what the world tells us how we have to move from the life and listen to a higher knowing. Christ, he said some remarkable and revolutionary things. Much of what he said, we still don't live up to. You know, the Dalai Lama, he was talking to Christians one time, and he told them, he says, it sounds like a great religion. Somebody should try living it one day. Christ, he said, love your enemies. Love your enemies. Are we doing that now? Americans, we can't even love one another. We can't even love one another over political differences. How can we love true enemies? This is what Christ commanded. And he said, according to your faith, it is done unto you. And it's not about creating 6 impossible things before breakfast. It's about holding to the truth even when circumstances look bleak, even when the night is the darkest, even when the storm blows the strongest. You know, my teacher, he said, believe in your miracle the same way, with the same certainty you have when you wake up in the morning and you decide to go to the grocery store. You wake up tomorrow morning and you realize you need bread or milk. You don't have any doubt. You don't have any confusion. You get up, you get in the car, and you go to the grocery store. This is the same way we should believe. The Spirit is supporting us, that it's going to be there for us, that it's preparing a way for us, and that we have power. We're not weak and wounded, and we can have strength. We're here to do something amazing and good, dynamic. We're here to be channels of God's blessings right where we are. Spirit means you can look trouble in the eye and say, God has brought me this far, and it is not going to desert me now. And I'm not turning back. I'm not going to be afraid. I'm not backing down. Holmes says when we step out in faith, doors will open up that where walls once existed. He said, love each other as I've loved you. This isn't sentimental, it's radical compassion. I was watching a documentary this week, and it was about when the German POWs during World War II were brought to America. They were sent out to the Midwest. And the one thing that just amazed them was how well they were treated. They didn't expect this at all. They thought that they would come here and they thought that they would be worked to death like they were doing to their prisoners in Germany. And when they got here, they were treated with kindness. And there's a photo of one of them, and he's breaking down in tears because he's given a bar of chocolate, a bar of Hershey's chocolate. Those soldiers, they had gone through the Hitler Youth where they had been trained and beaten into giving up every bit of human compassion, where they had been rewarded not to have any sympathy for anyone that they had control over. But they received something they didn't expect: human connection, dignity, and love. And from people they had told were subhuman. We don't know how much good a little bit of kindness can do, a little bit of compassion can do. Do you know how far one single candlelight can be seen in the darkness? Sometimes just one light, one loving look, one word can give person strength to carry on. This is what love does. It disarms us. It dissolves barriers. It reminds us of our humanity. And it's not just humans, it's written throughout creation. I saw another beautiful story this week about an octopus. Her name is Ghost. She's living in a California aquarium. She's in the last stages of her life, but she's had a set of eggs, and she's refusing to take food for herself. Instead, she's using her remaining strength tending to her eggs. This is the love of creation. And all of creation is expanding through this love. And this is what Christ invites us to embody. Not to be martyrs. We've tried that for 2,000 years. It hasn't worked. It's been a misrepresentation of his ministry. Scripture says, make a joyful noise unto the Lord. It's through our love, our joy, our happiness that we're going to bring a new heaven and a new earth to reality. And we can do this. And what if we were to use our love to create a new heaven and a new earth? You know, one of the things I had to start watching myself is I realized I was spending way too much time on my phone scrolling through the little video reels that are on Facebook. And unfortunately, most of them are stocked with negative things. You know, cops arresting people for shoplifting or all kinds of ridiculousness. And I don't know why that captures my imagination, but I had to recognize it and say, I'm not going to invest in this. And I also realized that there are also incredible videos of young people who have amazing talents, who can sing like angels. And some of these kids have never had any recognition. But this social media, this new technology is allowing them to spread light and love and joy and music where fear has been reigning. And so what if this new technology, instead of fearing it, being worried about it, what if we are able to use it to inspire, to encourage, to support them and one another? So that's what I've made a decision to do. When I see these videos of these kids singing their heart out, not only am I going to send them a message and support it, but also share it. We can change the world. We don't have to give in to this fear. We don't have to give in to this anger. We don't have to give in to this turmoil. All of this nonsense is from our history. It is as ancient as the dinosaurs. And it's time to give it back to the dinosaurs. It's time to regulate it to the museums. It's time to put it in the dustbin of history. There's a new day dawning. Christ, he said, don't be afraid. Believe. Believe in the best of yourself. Believe in the goodness of humanity. Believe that we can have a world without war, without turmoil, without confusion, where every child is raised up in joy and love with everything they need. When Christ, he spoke those words, he was living in a time of crisis. We think things are bad now. They pale in comparison to what the Jews were facing under Roman control. Fear whispers worst case scenarios. And you know, I don't understand it, but for somehow we humans, we enjoy it. It's a perplexing thing to me. You can go into any circumstance, any situation, and you can complain about the government. You can tell horror stories about your in-laws. You can complain about children. They'll get you a seat. They'll get you a cup of coffee. Oh, we know what you're talking about. Tell us more. You go in and you tell them how you're feeling more good, how you're feeling energetic, how the world is working out. They'll call 911 to try to get the authorities on you. The world doesn't want to hear good and positive and uplifting and encouraging stories. They don't want to support our better possibilities. So we have got to come together and support one another. We have got to know spirit is stronger than the turmoil that's going on around us. You think back on wonderful Anne Frank. There she was, hiding in an attic with people she didn't choose to be with. She was there afraid, living in scarcity, barely having enough food. She was living in terror, not knowing what the next day would hold, having to stay held up in a small bed all through the day, and only really able to live through the hours of the night. And in that turmoil and that confusion and that fear, she wrote, in spite of everything, I still believe that people are really good at heart. She chose trust over fear. She chose love over turmoil. She chose spirit over humanity. So what if this week, whenever we see turmoil on the news, whenever our neighbors tell us about what's going on in the world, what if we can remind ourselves not to be afraid, to believe in Spirit's goodness, to believe in the power of compassion and kindness, to believe that we are not abandoned by God, that we are here to experience and know the truth, that our salvation is within us, that faith moves mountains, that love can transform enemies into friends, and the courage is possible even in the darkest of times. These aren't commandments, they're invitations. They're invitations to a greater life. And that's what Christ said. He said, I've come that you might have a greater life. We've been taught to interpret that wrong, that somehow that meant that after we die. No, here, now, this is the greater life. To live without fear, to be stronger than hate, stronger than war, stronger than confusion, to face up to the challenges of our times. When we allow the words of Christ to encourage and inspire us, that the kingdom of heaven is within us, that we're not weak and wounded. We are channels of the Almighty. We are beacons of light and love, right where we are and right as we are. The glory of God made manifest. And we've come to be beacons of hope, light, and love. You have been called by name by God from stardust. You're not here by accident. You are here because you are an answer to all the confusion and turmoil the world is throwing at us. It is our time. It is our possibility. We are the ones to make a difference. Spirit is counting on you, and we're up to the task. It's the truth. It is the truth in your life this morning. It's the truth in mine, and so it is. Thank you. Thank you.
The flight, outer space is moving at the speed of light, inner space is more connective tissue like, oh, she's there, even though you can't believe her. If you want to find the places where people go to see the big ideas come alive, like the birth of a bionic life form, then do it, cause you won't get anywhere keeping your mouth shut. We are the light, we light the way. We are the light, we light the way. The way, the way. We are the light, we light the way. We are the light, we light the way. The way, the way. Open night, open night, open night, see it. Fires everywhere, starters everywhere. Open night, open night, open night, see it. Fires everywhere, starters everywhere. Open night, open night,
Open night, see it. Fires everywhere, starters everywhere. Open night, open night, open night, see it. Fires everywhere,
starters everywhere. This is going out to all the people who sat beside young believers on planes and opened up the gate. Anything from learning about the things they are, aiming toward the dreams they're working for, and forgiving their wave of confidence, confidence. When they walked away.
we are the light, we light the way.
We are the light, we light the way, the way, the way.
We are the light, we light the way.
We are the light, we light the way, the way, the way.
We are the light, we light the way. We are the light, we light the way.
The way,
The way. We are the light, we light the way.
we are the light, we light the way, the way, the way.
We are the light, we light the way. We are the light, we light the way.
The way,
The way.
yeah.
We are the light, we light the way. We are the light, we light the way.
The way,
The way.
Thank you, guys. So now we come to the time we support this wonderful community, and we support this place because we are the way, we are the light that lights the way. We are the beacons of hope and love and encouragement. We are making a difference in the world. Now, you can support us in many ways. You can support us in consciousness and prayer work, seeing us growing and thriving. You can support us by volunteering. We always have lots of volunteer projects around here. And of course, you can support us by your financial donation. However you choose to support us, know that we're very grateful for it, and that Spirit is going to recognize and reward you abundantly. So if you will take your intentions and place them over your heart and read with me this affirmation of prosperity. I live in a universe of abundance. As I freely and joyfully give, I join in the divine flow, and all that I share with life returns to me multiplied abundantly. And if the ushers will step forward, Sam and Lucy, I know you got something great for us. Sam is on the drums. That's scaring me a little bit.
Hey, Sammy.
open my eyes, see God in everything. Open your eyes, I am here, I am here. Open your eyes, see God in everything. Open your eyes, I am here, I am here. I am the joy that glows inside. I am the light that lights your life. I am the presence deep inside. Who knows you has the love you are? Open your eyes, see love.
Oh, that was great, guys. A little Jamaican sound there. All right, where's my money at? Come on. Thank you, Quinn. And thank you, your support, your donations. You're being a channel of blessings right where you are. You're helping make a difference in the world. So you're doing your part, and you can expect that blessing to return to you. So we're grateful for it. We know it. It goes out in the world. It comes back to us multiplied. And together we say, and so it is. All right, my friends, let's close the service with an affirmative prayer. I'm going to do it in the first person, but you can take it in for yourself. If I say something that works for you, well, hold tight to that. If I say something that doesn't work for you, well, just let that part slide by. But just know this truth with me today. There is but one God and one mind and one power. And that perfect love is flowing through me here and now, with me always. It's calling me forth. So here in this sacred place, I choose to see myself as God sees me. Not as weak and wounded, but bold, dynamic, a channel of its blessings right where I am. So here this morning, I let go of every lack and every fear and every doubt. I let go of concerns and worry. I release my confusion about how the world is going. Instead, I lift my eyes up to a greater knowing. And as I lift my eyes up to a greater possibility, a band of angels come for me. This is what God has promised. And this is what I'm holding on to this morning. I'm leaving here. I don't fear any confusion. I don't fear any turmoil. I don't care for any stress that's going on in the world. I choose to know my strength. I choose to identify with God's wisdom. I choose to believe in the love of Christ, that I am here in this world to make a difference. I am here to live joyfully. I'm here to be a channel of God's love. I am here to see the wonders of heaven unfold before me. This is the promise that God has made. And this morning, I am stepping up and I am stepping out. I'm being that bearer of light. And I'm not turning back. I am moving forward. Spirit is calling me on, and this morning I'm saying yes to it all. This morning I'm choosing to see myself as God sees me. Strong, dynamic, out in the world, making a difference for my love and joy and laughter. And I leave this place inspired. I leave this place encouraged. I leave this place knowing that through my heart and soul, I am bringing about a new heaven and a new earth, a new glory of God made manifest through me. This is my truth. Every cell of my being radiates this right knowing. And I release this prayer into the mind of God to do this good and perfect, bold and dynamic work, returning to me multiplied abundantly. And together we say, and so it is. All right, my friends, before we leave, I want to leave you with one last idea. Your life. It's not a problem to be solved. It's a miracle unfolding. Your job this week is to go name your miracle, proclaim your miracle, and make it your own. God bless us all, and let us go be the miracle God is calling us to be. This is Reverend Ken with Sam and Lucy, wishing you many blessings until we see each other again.
Love is all we are.
Love is all we are.
Let's get together, y'all.
Let's get together. Let's be together.
We can reach the stars.
We can reach the stars when we come together. Let's be together.
All right, you know it now. Come on.
Love is all we are. Let's get together. Let's be together.
We're here together.
We together.